Good evening, everyone. Another day of quarantine. Today we read in Proverbs 5 and Isaiah 13. So I'll start off in Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 is pretty much a prophecy against Babylon. And there are two ways that the prophecy goes, or two sides to it. There's a side of the triumph or the victors, as said in verse 3. I have summoned my warriors to carry out my wrath, those who rejoice in my triumph. So that's for the positive side of the prophecy. And for the negative side is pretty much from verse 4 to verse 22, which is a description of every torturous effect of what God will do to Babylon. So basically all it takes is a motive and your heart to determine what will happen to you and pretty much the rest of your family. So so it was talking about the things that Babylon was going to have done to them, but not only them. It talked about their infants and the people's wives and children. So they're not only affecting themselves, they're affecting the people around them. And that is a direct reference to quarantine. You may not only be affecting yourself, so be careful who you're coming around so that you won't be affecting other people. So just be careful what you're doing.
Amen. And from that chapter, I was struck by how the judgment of the Lord took place, and it just made me think about if you have any grudges or any oughts to forgive quickly. And I used to say, even before this period, picture loved ones or picture people that you might have a situation with. Picture them being either in a casket or being destroyed. And one verse said that people, your children, will be dashed to pieces before your eyes. That would just, oh my goodness. I'd be like, you know what? Most people would not be able to be in their right mind. So what am I saying? Thank the Lord that this is Holy Week. And if it wasn't for the grace of God, we would have to endure so much. But it's because of his mercy, because of his forgiveness, because he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. We don't deserve it, but we confess him as our Lord, and we receive the free gift. Amen.
Moving on to Proverbs 5. I enjoyed reading verse 21 because it convicted me. For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. Although most of the time I live at school in a dorm room, I am still being watched, not just because I'm not under my mother's roof. And that can go for anybody, even if you're older than a college student. You may not be seen by other people, and people may not be able to judge you for what you're doing that's wrong, but the most important judge is watching you. Amen.
And that is referenced in 2 Chronicles 16:9, and I didn't have a chance to look at that, but 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, for the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart, he's looking at our heart, whose heart is perfect toward him. Herein thou hast done foolishly. But we want to have a clean heart, and the way to do that is to give our whole heart, our lives to the Lord, especially during this time, Holy Week. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Au revoir.